5. This all began at Latrobe High School, Latrobe Elementary School. Mike, what's going on?
We now have a high-speed pursuit, Marion, that has gotten onto the Eisenhower Expressway in the last 30 seconds or so. Our last report, there was a report of a lockdown due to a shooting near Latrobe Elementary School. We heard a dispatch about a minute later of a vehicle that initially was near Roosevelt and Pulaski, went north of the Eisenhower Expressway, drove erratically, went through some gas stations, and has been driving erratically ever since with this Jeep. One person ran out of that vehicle at one point. I believe that was over by Costner. Now the vehicle is out on the Eisenhower Expressway, right around, it looks like the central exit. Of course, the Eisenhower is very busy this time of day, driving up on the side embankment now in the grass, heading towards, as it gets back on the ramp, the Central Avenue perhaps exit, or is going to stay on the expressway, switching all the way over to the left shoulder. So this is a very erratic driver. Again, there was a dispatch of a shooting near Fillmore and Sacramento. The school, Latrobe Elementary, was on lockdown. That admitted a search for this Jeep. The Jeep, they've been after it now for about the last 5 minutes or so. We have seen about 12 to 15 Chicago police officers at high rates of speed trying to get this suspect. All right, so we've got the suspect now that has exited the Eisenhower Expressway. Let me get my bearings here. I think we're going south on Austin here, south of the Eisenhower Expressway. Looks like south on Austin, south of the Eisenhower Expressway. You see the Jeep in the forefront. You see the officer now trying to get into northbound traffic to get in front of this Jeep here, south on Austin. Eventually will make its way down to Roosevelt Road. Now, when something like this happens, and we're getting into the suburbs now, Austin, of course, being on the barrier of the western suburbs, the Chicago Police Department will call in an ISBERN alert, and that brings everybody in to try to help out. Looks like we're on Roosevelt here. We're now going west on Roosevelt Road. So again, just to reset everything, we covered about 15 minutes ago a shooting that, all right, now they just heard a dispatch now of a termination of the pursuit. They are notifying Oak Park. This vehicle has gone right on Roosevelt, and it is in an alley. I'm trying to pinpoint exactly where we are right now. Now going through alleys in the Oak Park, Berwyn area. We're about a block or two north of Roosevelt Road, heading west towards Ridgeland in the Berwyn area. Two crime scenes here, so I'm listening in. Forgive me here, it's a delay from time to time. The vehicle is wanted, according to the dispatch, two crime scenes for a shooting at 3415 West on Ogden Avenue. 3415 West on Ogden Avenue. Vehicle heads northbound, now vehicle heading westbound. We're a couple blocks north of Roosevelt Road, so we're in the Berwyn area here. And it looks like we're about Ridgeland Avenue, and now this vehicle's in the alley, and now we've got a person jumping out and running down the alley. So Max, let's make sure, let's stay on that person. Looks like the car has stopped, jumping over a fence, and now we're in West Suburban Berwyn here, where a person has just jumped out of a car.
Jumping
and it looks
over
like somebody
a fence
is in
there.
pursuit.
Looks like they've got...
Right, over the fence. The police are here. We're not sure if this is Oak Park or Berwyn. We'll pinpoint your location as the suspect continues.
Hopping another fence
Still
there.
moving here in the alley. And again, I want to warn anybody here, if you've got any kids watching, we're not sure how this is going to turn out. You may want to turn them away from the TV. So the police on foot chasing a suspect, a shooting suspect. We are in Berwyn here, and that suspect almost hit by a car. That's another officer in between the homes here.
What
so
area are we in right now?
We're about Ridgeland. Right now we're westbound in the Berwyn area. I would say we're a couple blocks north of Roosevelt Road.
Officers.
Yeah, and we've lost the officer in a very narrow way in the back of somebody's home now. Might be stuck in an area where he had to climb a fence here. So we'll get our bearings. We're about, I'd say about 6600 west and about
maybe he's hiding.
1000 south.
Don't see any movement
now. So now we're in the suburbs though.
Yeah, he might be hiding taking a break after sprinting
so
for a
there's
couple
a
minutes
home.
there. Up. Now is he
They
coming
Here's
after
a
him?
home, and somebody else
Paul
has
Diano
walked out,
says
but
he
I don't think
thinks he
that's the
saw
same
him
person.
tackled. So maybe
Our
by
police back there now.
did it look
Looks
like a police
All
officer?
right, so we've
Paul?
got, we've still got
It
the
did?
shooting suspect there. Max is zooming in there between the two garages here. So
Paul
we're in a
said
garage.
it looked like he was tackled by a police officer. There
okay,
he is.
and now
There he
we've
is.
got an arrest that is made.
You're right.
Taken
There's
into
an arrest
custody.
that's made.